Welcome back to another session of Insanity right here on the Joe Messina Show. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855 Real Joe, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of it. It's my favorite saying. You know that. Anyway, I always appreciate the time that you're spending with us here on the air and in the chat room. And texting and tweeting. We made it. We made it through, well, kind of, sort of, maybe. We made it through another week. And I very much do always appreciate the time you guys spend with me here on the air. And I got a lot, being Friday. I love it when when I can hit some of these videos that really, truly show you where we're at, where the country, you get these surveys, right? Seriously, I mean, polls, and they change from minute to minute, day to day. And you really want to make sure that when you get this information, you have a clue as to what's happening. And the polls are only a snapshot in time. And I got to tell you something. I don't trust them. I've told you guys that a million times. I just flat out don't trust them. And you wouldn't either. If you saw the questions or the way the questions are asked, who they're asked to, how they're asked, and you wouldn't trust them either. You're smart people. I've got to believe that, man. If you're listening to me, I would hope that you're smart. Or you try to get informed, either or. So, again, it's just make sure when you hear this stuff, and there's no reason for you not to sit there going, yeah, okay, who did you ask? When they mention a specific survey they took, or poll they took, I always go to look and see what the questions were, because then I can do something with it. The way it is now, I can't. 855 Real Joe, 855-732-5563. It's funny how they never do anything wrong. You ever notice that? Only we do. Only conservatives on the right are bad, satanic, wrong, Hitler, whatever. Come up with whatever term you want to come up with. So people are mad that Trump is pushing to get the charges dropped against him in New York, right? The ones against Gene Carroll, so they could sue him and make it look like that he committed rape or sexual assault or whatever. So they stretched. They used the civil verdict to brand Trump as a rapist with her. And then they stretched the bookkeeping law into 34 felonies so they could call him a convicted felon. They caused the longest government shutdown in U.S. history and will blame Trump for it. Now they're reviving Epstein ties to the smear again. And all these labels are there for one reason and one reason only. Because they hate him. Simply because they hate him. And I'm going to show you, I got some stories up we'll talk about a little further on about Trump derangement syndrome. It is real. There are people that are obsessed with him 24/7, which I find amusing. I'm sorry. And I don't even know what to tell you. But all these little things that we keep saying are true and real and all that, all of a sudden, they're starting to come true. And the left won't even talk about it. They just move on to the next thing to hope that you'll forget what they said. A jaw-dropping revelation today. Secretary Brooke Rollins found 5,000 dead people getting SNAP. That's not a big number, Joe. It's not a big deal. It's not, okay. There were 500,000 people getting SNAP 2 times under the same name. How does that work? Right? And this is just what they found. This is just what they've been able to confirm. This light has now been shined on one of the most corrupt, dysfunctional programs in American history. Billions of dollars wasted. Taxpayer dollars wasted. It's not fair. It's not right. And it's going to people who, yes, maybe some of them truly, honestly need help. But they're stealing from you. 80% of able-bodied Americans, okay, they can work. They don't have small children. Taking care of elderly parents, some of them, they can work. these people chose not to work because they're getting significant benefits from the taxpayer. Why work if I can pay all my bills with taxpayer dollars? Now I don't know how true this is, okay, but I'm hearing that they're gonna make people reapply for SNAP, which frankly and honestly I think is wonderful. It's a great idea. 855 Real Joe, 855. Here's an interview with Brooke Rollins, the agricultural secretary, on this. Take a listen. I think.
And we're suing. We're in a litigation right now. And 20 plus others did not. And we're suing. We're in a litigation right now. But of the 29 that complied, what we have found is staggering. 500,000 people getting benefits.
Now look, this is 29 states that have complied. And there's a boatload of blue states that refuse to comply. Why do you think that is?
2 times under the same name. 5,000 dead people. 80% of the able-bodied Americans, meaning they can work, they don't have small children at home, they're not taking care of an elderly parent, they can work and they choose not to work, of course, because they're getting significant benefits from the taxpayer. So this light, Laura, that has now been shined on what is perhaps one of the most corrupt, dysfunctional programs in American history, that we are working now. Very big announcements coming next week on this.
They are going to make people reapply. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up after the break.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. And right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code USA, or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is Medi-Share. Maybe you've heard switching to Medi-Share to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for Medi-Share is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medi-Share works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about the Crusher? I guess it's not really crushing anything. The Silver Bolt? No. Oh, what about Pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328. Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229. 800-734-1229.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
So far, this show has been awfully slow.
Except for the one I saw you do last Thursday.
When we were coming over here tonight, I was a little concerned about his driving. The minute he got to the wheel, I was worried. The left rear wheel, he was going to get.
I look around the room and I realize now, aside from Clint Eastwood, I'm the biggest name here.
And now, the professor of political incorrectness, the naysayer of nonsense, the cure for Democrat dementia, here's Joe Messina.
We are back. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. Some of you young enough, old enough, whatever, to remember Keystone Cops. So I was watching a clip during the break of how long it took for them to get President Trump to safety. Into a van, get him to safety. Right, when he was shot at. It was over 2 minutes. The Secret Service took almost 2 minutes. All right? They look like buffoons. Those three women that were around him, I know some of you are going to get mad at me, but I don't really care, were overweight. Right? I don't care whether you're male or female. When you're in a position like that, no, overweight doesn't work. Right? And then on top of all of that, they're looking around like they have no clues to what to do. No, they're not looking around keyed in to see what's happening. They open the door, close the door, open the door, close the door. I mean, it's just amazing to watch these people at work. Now, you look at them with shots and things that have taken place in the past with Reagan and others. They were all over it like white on rice. Okay? Again, just amazing to watch this stuff go down. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, and truly be part of the solution. So we heard somebody, thank you, by the way. Thank you. See, I love you guys. You're on top of stuff. I know you're listening because you're sending me things that I need to keep the show going. So we're going to get to this. The head of the USDA says everyone on SNAP will now have to reapply. Okay? There's so much corruption. It is so bad that they're all going to have to reapply. But they're going to have to update the software. They're going to have to update this so that when they get into the system, the dupes will come out. If there's too many similarities in names, kids, all that other stuff's going to have to come forward. So the Trump administration is planning to have all supplemental nutritional assistance program beneficiaries reapply for the program due to an alleged fraud. The secretary said that after receiving data on SNAP recipients from 29 red states, that 186,000 deceased men and women and children in this country are receiving a check. Now, can you imagine when we get our hands on the blue state data what we're going to see? So since they won't give us the data and or information, you're going to have to reapply. It's going to give us a platform and a trajectory to fundamentally rebuild this program. We have everyone reapply for their benefit and make sure that everyone that's taking the taxpayer-funded benefit through SNAP or food stamps, that they literally are vulnerable and they can't survive without it. Okay? I mean, just great idea. And we should do that with everything pretty much. Every state has a periodic recertification process that requires SNAP or food stamp recipients to update their whereabouts and earnings according to the Department of Agriculture. Most municipalities require updated data every 12 to 6 months. So like unemployment, right? Unemployment you're pretty much doing every other week or every month. Secretary Rollins wants to ensure that fraud, waste, and the abuse of SNAP ends. It has to come to an end. A USDA spokesperson said in a statement to The Hill, rates of fraud were only previously assumed, and President Trump is doing something about it. Right? They're just good. It's a standard. It's been done before. Not like this is new. So they're going to recertify processing for households. It's a part of that work. They're going to look at state data. They're going to redo regulatory or regulations for this. Earlier this month, food stamps were threatened in the government shutdown, but Trump administration argued against using contingency funds to fuel the welfare program. I don't blame them. No, really. Then the process did not go into place to allow you to take advantage of it. The process went into place to really help those in need. Those who can't work or have issues, have a temporary need, not a problem. You're not going to find many or any Republicans that aren't okay with this. More than 41 million Americans rely on benefits to buy groceries. Right? That's according to the Center for Budget Policy. However, Rollins told Newsmax that 120 Americans have been arrested for committing SNAP fraud, and on Thursday told CNN the program was massively corrupt. We're surprised. These are the things that we're uncovering that for years no one was really willing to dig into. No, they're bureaucrats. That's why. They don't. The president has made this a priority. We will fix this program. You know what? If you fix the program, if you make sure that the right people are getting what they need, then there's money left over. Yes, money left over. God forbid. Money left over to make sure that people who really need it have it. And we're just not throwing good money after bad, because that's exactly, you know as well as I do, that's exactly what happens. Right? We keep throwing money at this stuff. We need more money. These people are starving. We got to help them out. Yeah, no. Okay? Just no. And not that I don't want to help them. That's all I'm saying here. What I don't want to constantly be badgered about these people that need help, and guys like you don't care. No, we do care. We want to make sure there's enough money for everybody who needs the help. And not just the thieves, not just the ones who don't need the help. It's really that simple. Okay. Here's a woman who you're talking about needed help. at the right time. And some of you can't see this, and that's okay. She's a black woman. She was in despair. Trump saw that she was having trouble, I'll put it that way. And he, how do I put it? He came to her rescue. Let's put it that way. But you're not going to hear about it or see it till we come back from the break. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. You're listening to the Joe Messina Show.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's homeownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. But here's one thing you can control: making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At easyplans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage, designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, EasyPlans.com has you covered. EasyPlans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
News Update, I'm John Schaefer. The government shutdown is now in its fourth week, hitting millions of Americans. On Saturday, food assistance funding will run out for more than 40 million people. Flight delays are also rising, with more than 1,000 reported today as air traffic control faces staffing shortages. The Senate failed to pass a short-term spending bill for the 13th time. A new report shows strong private sector job growth over the past 4 weeks. ADP says preliminary data indicates an average of more than 14,000 jobs added per week through October 11th, a big improvement from September. Due to the government shutdown, ADP will now release 4-week employment averages every Tuesday. Hurricane Melissa is pounding Jamaica, marking one of the strongest landfalls on record in the Atlantic. The storm is bringing life-threatening flooding, heavy rainfall, and landslides across the western part of the island.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
And that's why yellow makes me sad, I think. That's interesting. You know what makes me sad?
You do! Maybe we should chug on over to Mamby-Pamby land where maybe we can find some self-confidence for you, you jackwagon!
I am back. Hopefully you are too. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged. Be part of the solution. We want you part of the solution. As I said earlier, before we went to a break, all we ever hear about these nasty, terrible, what's his name? Donald Trump. And how nasty he is. And how bad he is. Which is ridiculous. And it's becoming old too. Right? And I know nobody on the left really cares. All they want to do is they want to hear how great he is and all that stuff. I mean, how terrible he is and all that stuff. But the man's done... give me the name of a Democrat that's done the same kind of thing on a regular basis. Although they keep talking about the poor and how you have to help the poor and all that. Yeah, none of them do it. Take a listen.
Trump saved my life, literally. My dad and my mom passed at the same time. I was in a bad place. I was going towards the Brooklyn Bridge. Donald Trump was standing on 97th Street in Broadway. He was at a friend's birthday party. And when he saw me coming past, I was hysterical in tears. And he gently grabbed my arm. He was like, whoa, wait a minute, are you okay? And he said, well, I don't know what you're going to do right now, but whatever it is, forget about it. Take it out of your head. Your mom and dad wouldn't want that. And he talked to me till I forgot all about what I was going to do. So he said, let me pray for you. So when I went to get my keys out of my pocket, and I opened my hand, he had placed a folded up, real small, folded up $100 bill in my hand. I framed it, literally, and this is a true story. He saved my life. So anybody that has anything bad to say about Trump, dead it, because he's a good man.
You'll never hear them play that. You'll never see them play that on other stations, other channels. Because you can't do anything to make him look human. He has got to look nasty. He has always got to look nasty. They can't handle it in any other way. Right? I mean, am I incorrect? He had some time with some little kids in the White House yesterday. And I heard it was pretty, I saw it. Didn't spend a whole bunch of time on it. But then somebody said, go look at it again. You can see the softness in Trump. You can see the softness with the kids. And I'm going, okay, all right, sure. I mean, I guess. And when I went and looked at it, they were 100% right. You could see how much he enjoyed having those kids there. And when he, I don't have the clip up, but what I thought was really kind of cool, when they asked him what his name was, what's your name? The little boy asked. That was great. It's exactly what a little kid would do. And he giggles and he says, Donald, what's yours? So he's making the kids feel like they're important. Like, he's being, actually, if anything, he's sounding like a granddad. That's what he sounds like. Just a nice old guy that's having fun with the kids. All right, take a listen. I'm going to force you to listen to, not to that. I want you to listen to this interview, okay, where the interviewer is trying to nail Donald Trump as being on the Lolita Express and being one of the sick, sad people. Take a listen.
Well, in your discussion.
Oh, she absolutely did. I was in Australia in October, weeks before the presidential election. She was a huge Trump fan. Two reasons for that. One, this
is the young lady that killed herself, not the person you're hearing It's a close friend of the young person who killed herself. You know, the one that had already been deposed and said that Trump did nothing wrong with her. And we couldn't figure out but they'd known each other for a long time. Listen.
She had met Trump on numerous occasions because she worked at Mar-a-Lago Spa in Florida, which he owns. And her father also worked there and knew Trump pretty well. So she was introduced to Trump. He was kind to her. The second reason she wanted Trump to be president was because he campaigned on releasing the Epstein files. And she was excited about that. So, yes, we talked about Trump a lot.
As a crusader to release the Epstein files, in that sense.
She was very excited that he had made that one of the main planks of his campaign. And she felt validated by it.
But she never talked about him in any sense that he was involved in any of this?
No. No, he was not, as far as she knew. And again, she was there for 2+ years. But
okay, did you catch that? The young lady was around for two plus years. If anything happened, right, anything at all, then she would have been there. She would have seen it. She would have heard about it. She would have no reason at all to hold it back now, would she?
As far as she knew, he was not involved in the ring of trafficking that Epstein was working.
Just amazing, right? You have her deposition, the deposition of a dead woman. Now, when it comes to the law, my understanding is when you have the declaration of somebody dying or dead woman, then it's dead anybody really. It's usually taken as gospel truth, usually. But this is Donald Trump. We can't have it that way, and the reason we can't have it that way is because it exonerates him. It proves again that he's telling the truth. And again, I say, they can't have that. Now, let's go a little further. I know you're all, I'm to a big degree, I'm tired of it too. But you've got others that have come forward and nailed their Lord and Savior, Billy Bob Clinton. Take a listen to this one. Come on, I know you can do it, Joe. Twice in a row.
Secret. He was too powerful. I was just one of the many young women trapped in his orbit. I was even taken on a trip to Africa with former President Bill Clinton and other notable figures. In those moments, I realized how powerless I was. If I spoke out, who would believe me? Who would...
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being on a trip? You've already been through some stuff. You know what's going down. And then you realize, oh my God, look at these men around me. There is nothing I'm going to be able to say that's going to protect me. That's going to prove me right and them wrong. Can you imagine? I feel sorry for these. I really do. I mean, some of you are going to say, well, you know, they got themselves, and I do know people who say, you know, why they go long? They got themselves into this. They did this to themselves. No, just stop. Okay, just totally stop. All right, well, Matt Walsh put up a piece that just, to a degree, drives me nuts. I mean, in a positive way, just to think about this. But I've been saying the same thing. You know, these Catholics on the left will say, you know, well, we're not supposed to force what we believe down anybody's throat. And I don't believe in abortion. So we're good. Right? But if that's the truth, if you truly don't believe in it, and you don't want to shove down anybody's throat your religious belief, then why do you promote it? Right? Why would you? Give me a good reason as to why you would promote it. What do you win by it? So, you know, you had this bishop, Catholic bishop, that went off on how how it's nasty and mean to separate kids, to send these people back to their countries. It's terrible. It's wrong. Right? All of a sudden, they're against all these deportations. All of a sudden, they found their voice. They found courage, but not to stick up for babies in the womb. Right? I don't recall any of these bishops making any sort of video to condemn the Biden White House for supporting the funding of, the facilitating of, the slaughter of children in the womb. I don't remember seeing any video with the solemn condemnations of the Biden White House and its support for the castration and sexual mutilation of children. Where were these bishops while this was going on? Where were these bishops while the hand of God, who he says in his own Bible, he knew you before you were in your mother's womb. He knit you together. You weren't random. He knit you together. He has a purpose for you. And where were these bishops as these kids were being slaughtered? All right, I gotta go relax. Joe Bassini, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up after the break.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, use promo code TREAT at checkout, and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect perfect vacation for you and your family. Or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. That's 800-399-4215. You've been working hard, doing the right thing, and paying your taxes, and putting your hard-earned money in the Medicare piggy bank all your life. And now it's time to break the piggy bank and get something back. Medicare. If you didn't know it, Medicare is health insurance for people over 65, and you paid for it with your tax dollars. Medicare plans now have more benefits than ever. That's good news, especially if you're like me and looking forward to paying as little as possible for good health insurance. Call and find out what Medicare plan is best for you. Save your time. It's valuable. We've already done the research for you, and in one quick phone call, you can learn how to get the best Medicare plan designed exactly for you. Hey, it's one of the most important decisions in your life. Let us help you through it. Here's our number. Call 65 Plus Medicare now. 800-778-8214. 800-778-8214. That's 800-778-8214.
I'm Slim Shady. Yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating. So, won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up.
How can you do a spoken word version of a rap song?
He found a way.
Welcome back to another session of Sanity. Joe Mazzini, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved. Get engaged. Be part of the solution. That simple. Open your mouth and be part of the solution. I don't have any... I am not a soft, squishy kind of guy. Okay? All right, for some of you who missed it, I was going off on a rant where the bishops, Catholic bishops, all of a sudden found their voice. All of a sudden, they're concerned. No, don't. You're funny. Don't fool yourself. Not because they're going to speak out now against, against abortion. No. Nothing is crazy like that. Just amazing, right? No. They're speaking out because why? Yeah, we're deporting children. Deportations. They're not Christian-like. It's just amazing that all of a sudden these guys have something to say. Right? This, let me see. The U.S. bishops released a new video condemning the Trump-Vance White House's inhumane deportation rates. These guys need to sit down and they need to watch an abortion video. And matter of fact, no, never mind. Scrub that. That bad idea. You know why? Because they don't care. Because if they really cared, whether they had a form of personal opinion or not, what they really should be doing is lining up what their thought process is what the Word of God says, not what they believe or feel that Jesus might feel or do or think. They've lost their way. I grew up in Catholicism. I've said this before. I would not give up my Catholic upbringing for anything. If God sent me back and said, hey, so how do you want to do this? I go, no, I don't want to change anything. I want the same mom. I want the same dad. I want the same church. I want the same school. I want the same everything. They taught me a respect and a love and an understanding of God that I'm not so sure I could have got anywhere else as a foundation. As I get older, a little different, not something we'll get into now, but I was never hurt by the church, if you would. But again, they have lost their way. Big time. Some of you are going to talk about the priest that, okay, you know what? It was wrong. We know it was wrong. They know it was wrong. And they're going to have an answer for what they did. But I don't recall the bishops making any kind of crazy videos when the White House was doing this, right? Did they condemn the Biden White House for supporting, funding, facilitating, helping the mass slaughter of children in the womb? I don't remember seeing any videos either about their condemnations of the Biden White House in support for the castration and sexual mutilation of children. Think about this. If they would read their own Bible, God made you. He knit you together. He called you to be what you are. He made you a girl. He made you a boy. He made you male. He made the male and female. That's what he did. He made them male and female. Okay, that's simple. What are you going to tell me? He made a mistake? You bishops are going to say that God made a mistake in the womb for real? In spite of the fact that Biden always touted his Catholic upbringing, his Catholic faith, he was him and others, Pelosi being part of it, actively engaged in activities that explicitly condemned something that was just a sinful act, right? And I shouldn't say condemned. They supported this sinful act. Trump's not Catholic. No, he's not doing anything policy-wise that contradicts church's teaching. Deportation, certainly, they're not against the law. They are not against church forget church teachings. Scrub that number. Not against God's word. Can we call it what it is? It's God's word. Church teachings have been wrong for God over and over and over again. Remember, it was the Catholic Church that taught about indulgences. You could buy your way out of purgatory. Can't find that in the Bible. I go through a whole bunch of stuff that the Catholic Church teaches, which is wrong. Okay, but it's not my place to do that. And I would admonish any of my Catholic brothers and sisters. Remember, I left Catholicism, but not because I was damaged. Okay, not because I was hurt by them. I loved the priests that I grew up with, the nuns that I grew up with. They were wonderful people. A little hard sometimes, but if you had me for a student, you'd probably be hard too. But they were all good people. So this is a joke. This is where they become a joke. Because they're going to tell us what we're doing wrong. And yet not a word about what took place as far as abortions go. And the mutilation of young people. Okay? Anyhow, like I said before, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Here's a good one for you, too. You know, their Lord and Savior, Barack Obama. You know what? I only hope this is true, not because I don't like the man. I've never trusted him. Never trusted him. If you've heard the old shows, you know that to be truth. But I hope this is true and that they nail him because of his smugness. Because of the smugness of the people around him. Because of how he screwed the American people. And I said it back then. I'm on record saying it over and over and over again. At some point in time, probably long after I'm gone and I'm worm food, we're going to find out just what a hoax was pulled on us with this.
At President Trump's direction and with the support and coordination of the House Intelligence Committee Chairman Rick Cross.
Now, I'm sorry, okay? I suck at this, obviously. This is Tulsi Gabbard talking about what she found, the things that she has found, the things she has seen, and now what should happen.
Today we've released a declassified oversight majority staff report that was produced in September of 2020. The stunning revelations that we are releasing today should be of concern to every American. This is not about Democrats or Republicans. This has to do with the integrity of our democratic republic and American voters having faith that the votes cast will count. There is irrefutable evidence that detail how President Obama and his national security team directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that they knew was false. They knew it would promote this contrived narrative that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to help President Trump win.
So they got proof it's false. They know it's false. Okay? They're going to do an investigation. I don't know if you heard me talking earlier, but, my fear is we've got all these hardcore left-wing judges that could care less about the Constitution that were put in place by Biden and Obama. I think Biden actually put in 400 federal judges across the country. And then you got to get it past a jury that hate Trump. We're going to talk about that in a minute, too. Take a listen.
And selling it to the American people as though it were true. It wasn't. The report that we released today shows in great detail how they carried this out. They manufactured findings from shoddy sources. They suppressed evidence and credible intelligence that disproved their false claims. They disobeyed traditional tradecraft intelligence community standards and withheld the truth from the American people. In doing so, they conspired to subvert the will of the American people who elected Donald Trump in that election in November of 2016. They worked with their partners in the media to promote this lie, ultimately to undermine the legitimacy of President Trump and launching what would be a years-long coup against him and his administration.
No kidding. All right, so she's sitting there with, as some of you call, the receipts in her hand. Okay? And we don't hear much from Tulsi. She's not a in-your-face, out-in-front kind of person. But man, when she gets it right like this, you can't deny it. And the sad part about all of this is the left, even if they read the letters, or the emails, even if they see the proof, rank and file won't believe it. All right, psychologist or psychotherapist, Jonathan Alpert, he says that 75% of his patients that he sees have a deep hatred for Trump, and they are hyper-fixated on him. They can't sleep. They feel traumatized by Mr. Trump. He said, I had one patient who said they couldn't enjoy vacation because anytime she saw Trump in the news on her device, she felt triggered. So this is a profound pathology. He said, and I wouldn't even go so far as to call it the defining pathology of our time. It's amazing. All right, Joe Messina, your host. You know what? Next hour, we're going to make it the Newsom hour. Really. Maybe not the whole hour, but a good darn majority of it. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up in the next hour. We'll be back in a minute.